go ahead.
Madam President, Your Honors, Ms. Police Court. My name is Wasawati Aliagun. I represent on behalf of the defendants in this case with my third co-counsel, Mr. Sirapan, and also with my...
Sorry, counsel, the mic is too far away from you. We can barely hear you. You need to raise it up a little bit to your... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Can I get a reserve time?
Yes, of course. Why don't you test it so we can see if we can hear you?
Hello.
Yes.
Everyone okay with this mic? Okay. Madam President, Your Honors, Ms. Police Court. My name is Wasawati Aliagun, and I represent here on behalf of the defendant in this case with my learned co-counsel, Mr. Sirapan, and also with our team researcher, Ms. Shatmani Trisanthi. I will speak for 15 minutes, Mr. Siram will speak for 20 minutes, and we'll reserve 5 minutes for each other. Your Honors, the defendants materially appears who did not have any direct authority on the activity of TFIA. Therefore, the situation in the Kingdom of Province is out of his control. As a result, I'm here to urge the court to reject the charge of Mr. Liet on the basis of ordering under Rome Statute, Article 8(2)(e)(1), the one crime of intentionally act civilian by 3 submission. First, international humanitarian laws is not applicable because there is no armed conflict. Second, even if it's applicable and non-international armed conflict is existent, the substantial element of war crime under Article 8(2)(e)(1 is not fully established. Bringing to the third one, Mr. Liet did not have responsibility of ordering of the commission under Article 25(3)(e), mode of responsibility of orderings. Turning first to the submission of applicables of international humanitarian laws.
Counsel, may I? You stated, if I got it right, that there is no international armed conflict. Is that correct?
We are going to prove here that this is just only international disturbance. However, if the court still believe that this is non-international armed conflict existed in this case, we also prove that also in this case, the element of crime is not fully established also. Yeah. So I will prove about IHL law first. Yeah. Your Honors, according from Article 1(2) of Additional Protocol 2, it clearly states that international humanitarian laws will be applied on armed conflict, not of an international characters. Moreover, the existence of non-international armed conflict is a common element of the 3 charges that present to this court today. So, non-international armed conflict can be qualified if the tension reach a certain level and the armed group involved must show a minimum degree of organization. We submit that none of these requirements are met. Turning to the issue of level of tension. Your Honors, level of tension can be assessed by the longevity of the tension. Therefore, how this tension got protected or not. However, the isolated act of violence cannot contribute to the intensity of non-international armed conflicts.
Sorry, counsel, but we see the use of light weapons. We see violent attacks from 2010 to 2017. Surely this is pretty intense.
Yes, but let's be proof about that. This situation is like far away from each other, so it cannot be conclusive to the whole group of intensity.
Okay, please proceed.
As like isolated act of violence cannot contribute to the intensity of the non-international armed conflict, and it's only reflect to the situation of internal disturbance. The situation between TFIA and Ravi's government comply with many isolated acts of violence due to each attract have different goals. For example, the attracts on drone has purpose for anti-surveillance, However, the attack on medical officers was committed because the use of gold pills begin contradict to the Freeman tradition. Moreover, each attack have a long time interval and non-continuously.
Sorry, Counsel, can I ask, does the presence of international foreign fighters in this situation, since you're saying it's not a conflict, does that then turn it into a situation of armed conflict? Because it doesn't sound like something sporadic or just an internal disturbance if you have international foreign fighters jumping into the fray.
Sorry, can you repeat the question again?
Does the presence of international foreign fighters change your position that this is just an internal disturbance?
No, because even like in the case of just non-international armed conflict, to turn them into international armed conflict, you have to that armed group, the foreign influence must have completely control the armed group to be considered to be the armed force in the non-international armed conflict. However, in this case, they are just join and not have like completely control. So we think that they don't have any like effective control over the contribution of JFIA. So we don't think that it will change internal disturbance to upper level.
So I'll ask you the same question that we asked the prosecution. Say we disagree with you, and we think that this is a situation of non-international armed conflict. Can you talk to us about whether the Arakan peace accord would have ended that conflict or not? Or do you agree with the prosecution's contention that it would not?
In the case that you qualify in IAC, right? So we think that according to the Bemba case, I think that the ceasefire is using a usage of stopping the situation of NIAC and going into internal disturbance. The reason is first is a decision made by ICC, and I see that the proposal that compared to the another's quite the same thing, quite the same decision like Tadic Dusko decision that even if ceasefire, the situation might be in IAC, but the Bemba, if you ceasefire, you stop in IAC and go turn down to internal disturbance.
You're talking about a ceasefire.
Ceasefire, yeah. The Always Accord, yeah. So the reason that why we should Bemba, because we see that the main purpose of having ICC now is to have everyone join us, like every country join and not leave. Because if every country leave us, we don't have any authority to control the crime. So to give them at least a power to control that internal disturbance, we like they will be more willing to join us more than like,
Join us meaning?
not leaving ICC.
Ah, okay. All right. Please proceed.
So it's why we see that if our response is ceasefire, then it's turned out to internal disturbance.
All right, please proceed.
So, due to each like I said, that it have a long time interval. Like the first incident of the proto tankers is happened in 2011, but the next incident about the drone is happening in 2015. So,
Counsel, if I may, I think we've heard enough of your arguments with regard to NIAC and internal disturbance. Perhaps you can proceed to count one because we have very little time with you.
okay, yeah. So turning to the point of like substantial element, due to the lack of crime of elements in this case, we submit that is no war crime in January 2015 for two reasons. First, the objective of the drawing was not civilian, because the second element in element of crime under Article 82E1 clearly state that the object of the attack must be individual, civilian or civilian population. However, according to the statement of fact, the current tanker equipped with the Caledon Air Force pilot, which is the member of state military unit. According to the Katanga case, they are not qualified as civilian status. Moreover, the other crew who died in the civilian is also not a civilian. Due to there is no reasonable reason for civilian to take a military aircraft for the operation. Therefore, the crew must have function to support the aircraft as armed force engineer or mechanic, and not qualified as civil staff. That due to, if you are a member of state armed force, you are not qualified as a civil staff that I mentioned before for a Canada case.
Sorry, counsel, what do you have to say in response to prosecution's argument that because they were not part of the Ravine imperial forces, therefore they continued to enjoy civilian status?
My whole argument is because there is also no clear evidence in here that they are what they come from or they come from, but from the context element that this aircraft is going to feed the oil of the drone up into the sky. I don't think that a reasonable person want to go sightseeing with the military aircraft. So the defendants think that there is no reason for a reasonable person of civilian to go into military aircraft. So moving on to the second element is the foreign fighters do not have the intention to attack against civilian. The third element requires that the operator must intend the civilian population or individual civilian. However, the civilian tanker aircraft is a military aircraft that support the operation of Ravine zone. They don't have a sign for civilian inside, such as conventional allied livery or protective symbols such as the Red Cross. There is no reason that foreign fighters should aware of civilian in Korean tanker. Moreover, the foreign fighters use the Eagle, which have capacity to attack only small mammal. Therefore, the drawing of the big aircraft, not the small mammal, is not expected. So the third event is third reason is there was no attack on the 15 January 2015 because the ICC defined attack as an act of violence against the advisory. However,
Sorry, counsel, but if you look at paragraph 12 and your client's, shall we say, picture on WhoZap, where the picture is captioned, "Go forth and blind the earth, destroy his eyes in the sky," what do you think he was talking about?
Oh, he just go forth and blind and destroy the sky. Because if you want to say that it's want to buy the big aircraft, not the drone, you have to the prosecutor must prove that they have a direct link about the.
Does it matter? Sorry, counsel. Does it matter that he was targeting, or that the Eagles were targeting the drone or the tanker aircraft? Does it make a difference to your argument whether he's whether he's attacking a big aircraft or a small one?
Because attacking our aircraft or small.
Because you keep saying that.
Yeah, because the foreign fighter use the small Ravine Eagle, we have capacity to attack only small mammals. So they are not intend to attack bigger object because they don't have capacity to attack. So I think the drawing of the aircraft is not the expected event.
Okay, so this is the more technical part of it. So if we're going back to, and also the prosecutor's claim of him being responsible and seeing those many foreign fighters from, I think, 25 countries, don't you think that them coming there, posting pictures together with the accused person, Mr. Kynes, that it gives him sort of like a responsibility of their actions? It seems to be very close connected. They seem to be very close connected to him, and then maybe also following his orders. Maybe not directly, but at least indirectly.
I think actually my next submission is about the mystery of ordering. So I think I will move to that. From the Murukamura case, in order to have responsibility of ordering, the preparator must be one in a position of authority and instruct other people, and having direct effect of a commission of the crime, and this person is at least aware that the crime will be committed in the ordinary course of event as a consequence of an execution of implement of the order. So all of this must be satisfied. However, according to this fact, Miss Soviet control only Red Eagle unit, and foreign fighter did not properly stay within DFIA. Moreover, not all foreign fighter is in Red Eagle. unit because since it's only one band of firefighter is in Red Eagle. Therefore, there is no exact evidence that the foreign fighter in 15 January incident was in the Red Eagle unit, which is the authority of Mr. Liet. Moreover, Mr. Liet did not instruct anyone to drawing aircraft with the people in it. He only sending pictures with working drones, which is not related to the aircraft with people in it. And since he did not directing other people to drawing the aircraft, he did not contribute any direct effect to the commission of the crimes. Moreover, when you think about the foreign fighters, they did not stay permanently, right? And they come from 25 different countries. 25 different countries means 25 different language and custom. How the one person can transmit the language or something to exact barrier to give them to do something like he wants to do. Given the fact that there is no exact evidence that Mr. Liet have capacity to do that.
How much of time would you like to?
2 minutes, please.
All right.
So I would say that since there is no clear evidence in the statement fact that Mr. Liet have capacity to force them or make them do his command, such as punishment or something like that. So I don't think that Mr. Liet have can order these people, the foreign fighter. Therefore, he is not responsible for this mode of responsibility. Due to this following reason, we submit that the court should reject the charge of Mr. Liet on the basis of ordering of the Rome Statute, Article 82EI, the war crime intentionally attract civilian. Thank you very much. That concludes my submission. If the court have another further question, I will be to help.
Thank you, Counsel. Thank you, Counsel.